Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to entitle this video, Esau is still in power, vocab Malone. Esau is still in power, vocab Malone. So if Esau is in power, is Jacob in power? Jacob meaning Israel. When you go into Isaiah 14:1, it speaks about Jacob. It's not talking about the man Jacob, it's talking about the Israelites. So when you come across the word Jacob, and I may even type that word into the blue letter, see how many times Jacob comes up, and when it's talking about the actual man Jacob, or when it's talking about the Israelites. Anyway, you heard the title. If the question is if Esau is still here in the power seat, then Jacob is not in the power seat. So you got to ask yourself, who's Jacob? Where are the Jacobites? Where are the Israelites? And then who is Esau? So I'm going to let you, I don't know where I'm going to go. I was putting couple of little notes in my mind. I didn't write anything down, but I was kind of skimming through some scriptures, and I even went to the Bible Hub, and I typed in, let me go to it. Okay, where am I? Let me bring this over here. Oh, somebody asked a question on one of my videos. What screen? What do you call it? Screen capture do you use? GMS uses. Everybody uses different. We all use different things. What I have is what is it called? The company name is Pinnacle. And I had years ago a Pinnacle, I forget what number, but now Pinnacle is up to like 26, 27. They keep advancing with it. I happen to have a Pinnacle 18, and it has a lot of, I used to do like videos not related to the truth, like little short documentaries somewhere on YouTube. I got to find them pages. And I use the special effects to get that professional look, but I hadn't used that in a while, so I'm kind of not even rusty. I forgot how to even use it, but I can always go back and start using the special effects and making the videos. Put the, what do you call that? The intros and the outros and the effects in the middle of the video. But I'm just the easiest way to put this thing out is to do a screen capture, because you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. Anything I do, you see this moving around, you know that I'm looking for something. So everything that you see is exactly what I see is exactly what you see. And we go to the scriptures. We bring out the scriptures, because if we quote a scripture, we quote a whole scripture, they might say, well, that's not in the scriptures. So we even go to it. Sometimes we'll quote it, familiar scriptures, and sometimes we'll even go to it so you can read along with us. So anyway, let's I was just watching Apostle Ramlab. He's currently live. And I was watching some of it, and he went into, he's kind of backtracking on David Lane and him rolling up on the Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi didn't have understanding of it. But now they do. Now they know it. Now they can see it. So, anyway, this is a video I was watching earlier before I went out to wash clothes. I had a couple of things, a couple of T-shirts and socks or whatever. Then I just started grabbing stuff. I just said, yeah, I'm gonna wash that. I'm gonna wash this. I'm gonna wash. And I had a whole. I was washing shit that didn't need to be washed necessarily. But I did a wash. It was very therapeutic doing that wash. Anyway, so this video I was watching earlier, about, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning or so. A Holy Bible Defenders. Name of the video is Vocab's ridiculous breakdown on Obadiah. False, spiritless Christians. False, spiritless Christians are not meant to know. It's a good title. Good title. So Christians are antichrist, because he's nothing but the antichrist. He's not the Messiah. So anyway, I'm gonna let you. I didn't even watch the whole video, but maybe I watched about that much or so. But I'm gonna let it play, and then I'm gonna give you some precepts. So listen.
We discuss a new Hebrew Israelite camp, a One West variety, on the street, arrested, hitting people with sticks and having them bow down. And they've accomplished this all within the span of a year or so in Orlando, Florida. So we have our favorite atheist joining us, Sam Miguel. You'll get to meet him if you haven't met him. He's an ex-Hebrew Israelite who's an atheist, hopefully on his way to Christianity.
Okay, so Wade Vocab joins a guy who left following the Bible, doesn't believe in the Most High, and Vocab doesn't give a two shits about you, Sam Miguel, because he's not trying to bring you back into the fold. He uses you to get at the Israelites, mainly the One Westers. So he doesn't care if you burn in hell, which we know there's no hell, but if you burn in hell, he's not concerned about your future, whether you're going to go to the kingdom or not. He's not concerned about that. But he said, I can use this guy to get at the Israelites. It says, actually, if it's not of the Lord, then it's evil, and now join unto the wicked to debate Israelites. Yeah, and creepy Sam Miguel, he's all messed over by this guy, what's his name, the so-called God-sent comforter, and you fell for that stupid shit. You know, tell me you're the God-sent comforter, motherfucker. Are you crazy? But the Most High took him out, took out his brother about a couple of months ago, and took out his mother. But his mother was 70, so she lived a 70. But he was taken out before his time. He was taken out, I believe, in his early 40s, if I'm not mistaken, mid 40s. He was taken out on April Fool's Day, 2020. So the Most High finally got tired of looking at the guy and deceiving the people and took him out. A lot of people left, but this guy, Creepy Miguel, he's mad at all the Israelites. He's not mad at the ICGJC. He got mad at me talking shit about me. What the hell did I do to you? I don't know you from a hole in the ground, my nigga. So you know, the hell with you, you know. And I wish there was a hell so you can burn it for a couple of weeks. But you're not. If you're an Israelite, you're gonna be good. And you're gonna have your head down. Daniel chapter 12. So let's listen. Let's listen.
And if it's all of Israel's enemies, why is it? They're saying it's the white man, but notice they're just saying it's the white man. But it's so silly. They'll read a verse and they'll say, shame's covering the white man. Where did the verse say the white man? But okay. Look at it. One thing that is important about a lot of their territory or the terrain is it's.
Now we know that these guys are not GMS members, because you got the what do you call it, the fade, like a mohawk. Yeah, a lot of these guys do that. You got guys that shave their head completely bald and put a fitted on. You know, you got guys with long hair. You got, you know. So I said, well, these guys are not GMS. But then again, maybe they are, because GMS, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't notice everything, but I definitely noticed this, which he's going against the law. You got a lot of guys that watch the videos and they just prop up. They'll get a 12 tribe sign. Don't even know how to break it down. They'll get a T-shirt, throw some fringes on it, maybe with a border blue, maybe not. You notice you don't see none of them guys with phylacteries or paddles on his side, because if they saw the One Westers with, if we were fully girded, we had the paddle on the side, the phylacteries. All these guys would do the same thing. They get the phylacteries and all that. And a lot of these, I'm saying all of them, except for two groups, Sakari, well, really three groups now, Sakari, Genesis, and GMS, of course. The Sabbath, we teach that the Sabbath is, we don't believe that the Sabbath is based upon the new moon. We teach and can prove that the Sabbath is based upon the new moon. And the new moon is not a full moon. So, here we go.
High elevation, up to 1,000 meters, according to one source I have in front of me. A lot of rocky areas, very mountainous, and there's traffic routes that pass through there. So
yeah, a lot of rocky areas. That's what you Edomites like. You like, how many niggas you know climb mountains? When you ever see Jay-Z or Beyonce and P. Diddy Wop, will you ever see him? Let's go mountain climbing. You're gonna be going by yourself. Ain't no Jakes me mountain climbing up in the mountains. Oh, now when you were a kid, you climb up a little mountain or whatever. But Edor, combination of Esau and Edom. Edor, he be climbing the mountains. That's a what you call it, a video right there. That's a topic. Esau be climbing the mountains, boy. Let's listen. So he said, rocky terrain. That's what Esau likes.
Something called the King's Highway, and something that was just simply the road along the Arabah. And so the Edom having control over the north-south trade, they got kind of rich from it, even though they were a smaller kingdom. But that also made them a target for attack. Now the Bible...
See, he has to say they're small. Right, they started off as a smaller kingdom. But what kingdom was smaller than them? Because it says this small little kingdom that's in Europe and over here and all over the place. Well, guess what? Did not the Israelites start as a small people? There was about 80 altogether. Joseph was already in there with his sons. Then you had the rest. You had his father, and you had the rest of the remaining sons of and daughter of Israel going to Egypt. So it's about, when they first went into Egypt, it was about 80 plus. You can go back and do the math or whatever. So Israel was a small nation. When you go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, and you read down, it said, I have not chosen you in not too many words because you were the biggest nation, but because I loved you, because you were the smallest of all nations. So how can Israel go from being a small nation, about 80 some odd people, to being ultimately this? You cannot, the sands, they like the sands of the sea and the stars of heaven, which cannot be measured or counted. So if that happens to the smallest nation of all the nations, the table of nations, then of course that can happen to Esau too. See, he's trying to put that out there. Oh, it's a small little nation. They was a Mount Seir. How can they be all over the place? Well, Israel's scattered all over. Israel's literally scattered all over the planet Earth. You got Israelites that even look like Edomites. So let's go.
The Bible describes Edom as descendants of Esau. The Hebrews' contention here is that they just assume it. It's part of their doctrine, is that white folks are also descendants of Esau. So picture this.
Nope, not white folks. You got Edom. If you take a, let's say a blonde, a redhead, maybe with freckles and not pale skin, blood, their skin is pale or translucent, not transparent but translucent. So the light, the blood, which we all have red blood, you can see it through their skin, and they look like they're red. They're really not red. Like this woman, she's angry red. That woman right there. But it really is the blood, and you get redder when you get mad. Okay? So.
Yes, that means in Israel, there were.
Like this chick right here, I subscribe to her. She does some very good videos. Get a lot of good information from her. And she happens to be married to a straight up Jake and not ashamed of it. And she kind of act like Jake. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a Jake. She got, the way she talks is like, she talk like a black woman. But she got a lot of information. So, I wouldn't subscribe to her if she didn't. Squirrel Tribe. So, you can watch her. And let me say this. Let me go ahead and let me find this. Where is it? Okay, 13 Tribe. I only listened to 5 minutes, and it kind of blew my mind. That first five and change minutes blew my mind, man. I said, damn. I said, let me take a break from this. You just start off giving deep information, and in that 5 minutes and change, they even said that the kings of the Byzantine Empire married among the Cossacks. Okay, that's how we know that a lot of these Cossacks are Jake too. He married them, civilized them, and all that, and it tells you that they were looking for a religion, and they said, "Oh, let's follow the laws." So you got the Turks, the Edomite Turks, because you got to mix. You got Jake mingled among the Turks, because remember, we put our seed in everything. You got Turks that are dark and so forth with woolly hair. Them are Jakes. But the Turks were also, the history, somebody help me out. I'm not going to go through it. I'll go through it later. The history of the Turks, I believe, also go back to the Cossacks. But that half embraced Islam. The other half embraced what's called Judaism. There's really no such thing as Judaism. That's a made-up thing. They'll say they're a Jew because they keep the laws. But keeping the laws doesn't make you a Jew. That means you just keep the laws. That's the whole thing in Esther 8 and 17. The word there is Judaize. So let's come on back.
There was a bunch of folks living there comprised of 12 tribes. So you'd have people who look like modern-day black folks, as well as people who look like modern-day Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, that's us. Got plenty of scholars, including Jewish rabbinical rabbinical historians and scholars that say, there's a bunch of them. I did videos on this, and even evangelists and religious people from Europe that when they came to the Americas back in the day, late 1700s, early 1800s, they said the people in the Americas, they're descendants of the Israelites. Even the Mormons say that. They call it the Gadites. They call them Lamanites, which that's not even in the scriptures. So let's listen.
Modern-day Dominicans, and you could maybe say proto-Native Americans.
Proto just means first. You have a thing called a prototype. If I come up with an invention, I'm going to have a prototype. But I'm going to refine it and make it look good.
Proto-Cubans, Proto-Mexicans, everyone from South America, basically, Haitians.
Talking about Israelites. You are talking about Israelites. And you can't stop this train. See, these brothers right here, I go on them a little bit, but they're doing the work, though. Because they're out there reading the scriptures. Like I said, a lot of these Israelite groups have watched GMS, ISUPK, IUIC, the various groups, and they did their own thing. Which they shouldn't be, but that's what they do. Was that Sceva and his 7 sons try to exorcise the demons, and he said how did they say it? He tried to exorcise the demons by using the name of Yahushai, which Sceva said, which Paul speaks of. And the demon said, yeah, I know Paul. Yeah, you know Paul? Tell him what's up. And Yahushai, yeah, we know Yahushai too. The demons trembled when they saw Yahushai. The ones that got they asked permission. Demons with an S, plural. They asked Yahushai because there's an order in heaven. You got the left hand side angels, and you got the right hand side angels. Guess what? Yahushai is over both sides. He's over Satan, the spiritual demon Satan.
All those people were in the land of Israel, okay? Because that's their 12 tribes chart. And then below them in the area of Edom are people who are all white. So white that when they go out in the sun, they burn and turn red. So this is the Hebrew Israelite picture.
They don't burn and turn red. Did you see how he do? You see that devil? That's why we call him a snake. He said white people that go out and they get sunburn, that's what he should have said, and turn red. No, they're red when it's cold. They're red when it's hot. They're red when they're under the shade. They're red when it's raining. So don't stop it. Stop it.
Of the ancient Middle East, sometimes called the ancient Near East, which they won't like that term, but so understand. So they're taking all these prophecies against the kingdom of Eden as being against white people, and a lot of times they'll kind of just...
Of course they are, because who are the Edomites? Who are the Edomites? Don't let me go to Google. I go to Esau, type the word Edom, Edomite, Esau, and then go to Google, and then click images, and they're gonna show you that's a so-called white man. But then they'll show Jacob, as being white, but not as red looking, which is bullshit. The true depiction of Jacob and Esau, Jacob will look more like this brother right here, and Esau will look more like him. Not saying that he's an Edomite, because he could be a Jake. And you got to tell people that. If a guy looks like an Edomite, that doesn't mean he's necessarily Edomite. And because a guy looks like a Jake, that doesn't mean he's necessarily a Jake, an Israelite.
Slip in there.
House of Esau, for the Lord have spoken.
The Lord said there will be no more white people.
All right. Hey,
The Lord said there will be no more white people in America. Did you hear him just say that?
Man, I'm listening. What I was laughing about is like how much he's inserting into the text. Like the text will say something about Esau. They're the white man. There's destroying in America.
Why do we say that? Because when you go to the description, you go to Genesis, you go to Obadiah, it fits these devils. And this is why we despise you, anti-Christians. Don't deal with the Christian. Got to come out, say, first of all, what religion are you? I'm a Christian. And you might say, you know what? Call 911 on this guy, because I see we're going to have problems. Or you might deal with him, see where he comes from. And if he can't see it, you cut him short. You say, look, man, you see we got the cameras going, right? We're filming this live. We're doing a lesson right now. So, could you please be quiet or even walk down the street? Now, there's some of them that the dialogue might be good, and they might agree to some of the things that you're saying. But we don't have too much to say to Christians. I don't give a damn if you're a black antichrist or a white antichrist. That's a topic too. It's not either. Don't call the cops on Edomite Antichrist. Only call on any Christian, any Antichrist, because they waste your time. We don't need them, but they need us. He damn sure needs us. He damn sure, if he taught his little sermonettes, ain't nobody be watching him. He ain't gonna make no money. He makes money with the Israelite thing.
It's like he has to add so much to the text,
but they're never saying it's literally Edom. So when we talk about a distinct group, ethnically speaking, a distinct nation, a distinct kingdom, any of that kind of thing, you never see any record of this past the first century. And there is a real end to the kingdom of Edom. And that's why for a long time...
Did you hear that? And there is a... To Rome as Edom. Yes, the rabbi. Wait a minute. And the Spirit's speaking through this. Wait a minute. I didn't hear Rome and rabbi. Wait a minute. Let's listen now.
Group, ethnically speaking, a distinct nation, a distinct kingdom, any of that kind of thing. You never see any record of this past the first century. And there is a real end to the kingdom of Edom. And that's why for a long time, archaeologists didn't even know where Edom's kingdom was. It took them...
Did y'all just see that? That's the Spirit. All praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. He didn't say Rome. Somehow Rome popped up. Listen to him, and then, matter of fact, you know what?
But they're never saying it's literally Edom. So when we talk about a distinct group, ethnically speaking, a distinct nation, a distinct kingdom, any of that kind of thing, you never see any record of this.
Okay, that's something else. Okay, that's something else. That's something else.
Past the first century. And there is a real end to the kingdom of Edom. And that's why for a long time, archaeologists didn't even know.
To Rome as Edom, yes, the rabbi.
Where Edom's kingdom was. It took them a while to find it. That's a whole archaeological element we can get into. I have some sources I could share with you if you'd like to know more. But they're dealing with elements of real history and archaeology, because Edom's kingdom really was ended. But they're
Edom's kingdom was really ended. When? Give me a date, vocab. You watching the video? When was Edom's kingdom ended?
Passing that. They have to say Edom never ended. So it's funny.
Of course Edom never ended. Because if Edom ended, Jacob would be in the power seat. So is Jacob in the power seat? Then we would be in the kingdom. And we are damn sure not in the kingdom. And if you say, well, them small hats are the sons of Jacob. Well, wait a minute. So Esau was done away with, and these small hats are in there. They're Jacob. But part of the prophecy, Isaiah 2, what is that? Micah 4, starting from the first verse, it really goes in the second, third verse. It says that they will let us come in, and they will teach us of their ways. All them guys the cabinet, the government over there in Palestine, Netanyahu and his top men, they wear business suits, Brook Brothers suits, or whatever suits that they wear. They have no beards on their faces, no fringes on, and they're all clean shaven. They're all clean shaven. That's why it says in Matthew 25, it says, I believe it's Matthew 25, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So the Gentiles are over there right now.
Because traditionally one element...
They have a Tel Aviv, Pink City. They got the biggest happy parade on the planet. But that's the fulfillment of the kingdom. The laws are going to be taught, but they have a parade. All kind of wickedness going on there in the land of Israel, man. All kind of adultery. Moses over there. All kind of shit is going on.
of Bible prophecy that a lot of apologists have referred to in the 20th century as evidence of prophecy being a reality are the oracles against Edom. You can find it, especially in older apologetic books, when they were closer to the discovery of these kingdoms and realizing how thorough the vanquishing was. But
you're talking about how thorough the vanquishing was. So the Edomites got vanquished, and they have thorough information on it. Could you please bring me that information? Where's your receipts, vocab? Where's your receipts? What time period are you talking? At least give me that. What time period was the Edomites done away with?
But they take that as no, it wasn't that, because it hasn't happened yet, and so they're still around.
Of course, it hasn't happened yet, because if Esau was done away with, the end of the world, Second Esdras, chapter 6. If it says Esau is the end of the world, and what's to come after that? Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. When Jacob comes in, that's when the kingdom comes in. That's when Yahushua comes down and establishes his throne. Because he came out of the loins of Jacob. The line of Jacob. So if Esau is done away with, vanquished, as you said, a long time ago, so we're in the kingdom now?
But think about this, everyone. Just like they try to say that a bunch of Israelites went into Africa, they basically make it sound like almost all of Israel was emptied into Africa, right?
Nope, I never said that. They scattered. They went up into Europe. They went into Africa, the territories of Africa. Some of them went down into the Middle East. A lot of these, Syria, various places where they can get away from the Romans. Roman 70 AD, key year.
They have to basically do the same thing with Edom. When is there evidence of a massive migration and transplant of the Edomites into Europe? You guys ever want, like, they have to prove this massive exodus, and it's this tiny little
So he's saying that the Edomites said, we're going to go to Europe. There's 1,000 of us. We're going to march to Europe. And there's actual books on it. No, there's not actual books. They got scattered and dispersed. Whether they did it on their own or the Most High did it, of course, the Most High did it through by way of prophecy, to fulfill prophecy. The Most High grew Esau. The Most High grew the Israelites. In other words, Israel grew as a nation. Esau grew as a nation. The Ishmaelites grew as a nation. The Moabites grew as a nation. Like everything, okay, we're Edomites, let's leave Mount Seir and let's go to Europe. See, this guy is desperate. He's hurting too. And you're easy. Vocab, you're easy work.
Beck. It's not even as big as Israel, I don't think. Edom wasn't.
It's just a little place, but it was only 500 Edomites. There's only 500 Edomites in Mount Seir. How can they be Europeans all over the place? Then you got this 9-rapping clown, K-Dub. He look at that. He got that. What do you call it? The 1,000-yard stare. You know, he's on pause right now. Vocab hit the pause button on this little Negro right here. This lost Negro.
My understanding, I think it's roughly the size of Jordan. It might be maybe.
Look at those. I'm sorry, man. Did you see them eyes? You see them eyes are bucking. Hold on, man. Let me pull that back. This nigga, this is a Negro robot, man. This guy looks bugged out. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. Wait a minute. We just having fun here. Look at him. He's not moving, man. It's a black robot.
Right? they have to basically do the
Hey, you gotta forgive me. You gotta laugh at shit. You gotta laugh at shit, man.
same thing with Edom. When is there evidence of a massive migration and transplant of the Edomites into Europe? You guys ever want, like, they have to prove this massive exodus, and it's this tiny little speck. It's not even as big as Israel, I don't think. Edom wasn't. That's my understanding. I think it's roughly the size of Jordan.
Yeah, that's your understanding. Yeah, that's your everything that did you say is your understanding.
Maybe it's roughly around it. I'm just saying it's not that big is my point. Not that large. And that managed to be the progenitors for all the people that would be in Europe? I mean, think of...
Yes, you're playing with numbers. Remember, Deuteronomy chapter 7. It says, the Most High said, he did not choose you because you are the biggest. Now, I'm merely paraphrasing Deuteronomy 7, chapter 7. I chose you because I love you. He said, because you are the smallest nation. You were the smallest nation. So guess what? If they were the smallest nation, Esau was bigger than them, a bigger nation, number-wise. Ishmael, all of them, Moab, Ammon, they were all bigger. He said you were the smallest nation. So how did they get so big? You do agree that they were scattered throughout the whole planet Earth.
Just Russia alone. Think about that. You guys ever want, like, they have to...
A lot of those Russians are Israelites. A lot of those Russians are Israelites that look like Edomites. Them barbarians and them, what do you call them? Scythians. Scythians. The word Scythian is located in the scriptures. Paul said that the Scythians can receive and the barbarians can receive salvation too. Why? Because they were Israelites. So it was Israelites that founded Russia.
Prove this massive exodus, and it's this tiny little speck. It's not even as big as Israel, I don't think. Edom wasn't. That's my understanding. I think it's roughly the size of Jordan. Maybe it's roughly around it. I'm just saying it's not that big is my point. Not that large. And that managed to be the progenitors for all the people that would be in Europe? I mean, think just Russia alone. Think about that. Russia. Think about how large Russia is. But it's not just Russia. It's Germany. It's France. It's some parts of Italy. It's Austria. I guess it would be the Australians. It's England. It's Ireland. It's Scotland. It's Serbia. It's Bosnia. It's, do you guys understand? It's Romania. It's Albania. It would be the Australians, it's England, it's Ireland, it's Scotland, it's Serbia, it's Bosnia, it's, do you guys understand? It's Romania, it's the Ukraine. We can just keep on going. All the
Israelites, a small group of people. The Most High said it. You were the smallest group, nation out there, the last nation to be established. But guess what? Israel is located throughout the whole planet Earth. They didn't say as Israel, let's just go to Africa now. Let's just go to Ghana. This is why we call the cops on you, because you're a complete persona non grata.
They're all there. They're all. Edom's kingdom really was ended. Edom's kingdom really was ended. No, it wasn't that, because it's.
When?
It hasn't happened yet, and so they're still around.
Right. Of course they're still around. How do we know that? Because Jacob would be the beginning of it that followeth. So we would be in the kingdom.
But think about this, everyone. Just like they try to say that a bunch of Israelites went into Africa, they basically make it sound like almost all of Israel was emptied into Africa, right? They have to basically do the same thing with Edom. When is there evidence of a massive migration and transplant of the Edomites into Europe?
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha HaKwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow believers of this truth. Shalom to the elect. So, I'll try to make this video quick because it's such a long intro, but edifying, Lord's will. we're going to touch on this real short topic about Obadiah 1. Now, Vocab Malone has an issue with us saying, I was actually going to do the video on these guys that I don't know how they're teaching. They are teaching the truth, but they called a white-looking guy up and said he was going into slavery or whatever. I don't know. Those are the lower of the camps that don't have the understanding, right? Because that could have been an Israelite. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Obadiah, he says that we have to be able to prove out of the Bible that the so-called, we say, white man is Esau, right? And this is almost like saying we have to prove out of the Bible what is modern-day Babylon, right? Where does America fit in all this? And these guys aren't scholars. They only see things from a literal conversation, right? They don't see anything spiritual. And that's what you must have in order to understand. I had a guy I knew, a friend of mine of the world. I haven't seen him in years, but he said, I believe everything you say, but show me the white man in the Bible. Now, what kind of sense would that make if Matthew 13 says, I would give you, is given to you to know the mysteries, the unknown things to the kingdom of heaven, but to them is not given? What would be the point? Then everybody would believe in the Bible, right? And all the black supremacists, so to speak, would believe. And the Lord doesn't want but the elect. And then what they would do is they would completely ruin it because the carnal nature of it. So no, the Lord did not say white man. This is why we say so-called. But anyway, one scripture came to my mind dealing with this topic. I have a few tabs up. I don't know if I'm going to go into all of it, but I just want to make some points. We're going to get 1 Corinthians 2, verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen. Let me make sure I'm in the KJV. Yeah. Right? It says, but as it is written, I have not seen, okay, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things that which God, the Most High, have prepared for them that love him. Right? But it says the power, right, it says God, have revealed them unto us by the Spirit, for the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. For what man knoweth the things of man, save the Spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things that are of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God. Right? You're following, right? Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. It goes on. But the natural man receiveth not the things that are the Spirit of God, for the, right, is what it says, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned, right? And this is really going to other Israelites as well. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things. So now this man Vocab, who's supposed to be a great Christian apologist, to be judgeth, and then it says, yet himself be judge of no man. So really he shouldn't be debating anybody, right? Because he's sitting up here with an atheist, as I didn't know Miguel was an atheist. Hey, all you got to do is listen to these Christians. They always put their foot in their mouth. So he's sitting here with an atheist trying to...
Oh, this is not Miguel. That's his other. This is K-Dub, the guy that can't... The tone deaf Negro. He can't rap to save his life. Anyway, I was the guy that said you did one rap on a video, and I put it in the comment section. Don't quit your day job. And you got mad at me. I was the guy. But anyway, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Like I said, I had some things lined up, but it'll make this video go a little bit longer than what I want. But let's see where the spirit takes me. Okay, let me just do this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, 6 verse 9. I might want to read above that, but let's see. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So let me do this. Let me go to the hub. Let's see what they're gonna give me. Come on now. Okay. They're not going to give me anything. So let's do this. Oh, by the way, okay, this is supposed to be Esau. Biological anthropology, biblical anthropology, the Edomites, and the color red. So these are supposed to be Edomites. Oh, see how red they are? These are the Edomites. This is a god of the Edomites, which his name is Quaz. He looks like Dr. Brown. And also he looks just like he's a dead ringer for Barry Manilow. Look at you know the classic nose. They're trying to say that these are Edomites. The Edomites, the brother of Israel. And what does he look like? This is Quaz, the god of Esau. And the Esau was given, you know, presented to them the true God, which was Yahweh, by his parents, by his father, Isaac. And the people, the descendants, or the offspring of Esau, said, "Nah, we ain't following that. We're going to follow somebody look like us." So they created this God called Quaz. Does he look like a Negro to you? What does he look like to you? Look at that nose. Looks just like Barry Manilow. And we know what nationality Barry Manilow claims to be. Okay, let me do this. Let me put in Esau. I wrote it in wrong. Let me do this again. Yeah, I meant Esau. Look it right there. Look at that. That's supposed to be Esau. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, vocab. He looks like a European to me. That's what an Edomite looks like, according to Google. It's an Edomite. Doesn't look like an Arab, doesn't look like a Negro, Puerto Rican. Look at this. Look at this. They're probably going to take this video. I guarantee you they're going to take this video down. The wild man. Remember I spoke about the wild man? Now they're going to make Jacob, this is supposed to be Jacob, right? But Jacob looked just like Esau, so what's up? Edomite. Edomite. Straight up Edomite. Chat with Esau, biblical characters. Brother Numsi. Esau. Esau. Esau, the Bible's mightiest villain. See how they got Jacob? That's supposed to be Jacob. He, doesn't look red. He, dark hair. But he could be like a Ephraimite or Venezuelan or something. This motherfucker clearly, look at the knuckle, the hair on his knuckles. It's an Edomite. So this is from Google. I don't own Google. I don't control Google. Okay, where did I say I was going to go? Let me do this. Okay, let me do this. Let me go back to all. Okay, for Esau represents the end of the current age. The current age right now. Who rules in the current age? Esau. While Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. Remember when Matthew's 24 and 3, when the apostles asked, the disciples asked the Lord, when shall be thy coming and when shall be the coming at the end of the world? Now, when you look at that word world in Matthew 24 and 3, the word there is age, a time of rulership. What is that? Not cosmos, eon, a time of rulership. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9 states that Esau represents the end of the current age, current meaning right now, the present, while Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. We're not in a new age. If we were in a new age, vocab Malone, we would be in the kingdom. The verse continues, so if Jacob's hand is the beginning of Esau's, if Jacob's hand is the beginning of Esau's heel is the end, do not try to find a space in between. Right, so either we're in, this is a question for you, vocab Malone, either we're in the age of Esau or the age of Jacob. Either we're in the age of, that's another title, either we're in the age of Esau, the Edomites, or we are in the age of Jacob. What age are we in? Because in the age of Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, is the kingdom of heaven. Everybody on the planet Earth will be keeping the laws. So we're obviously still in the age of Esau. Is the beginning of the age that followeth. The idea here is that the present age is represented by, I didn't even know they were going to say this, man. that the present age is represented by Esau, Rome. And Jacob stands for the age to come. So are we in Jacob's age? No, we're not in Jacob's age. So we're in Esau's age. Who's the prince of the power of the air? Who has 800 plus military bases all throughout the planet? The Chinese don't. The Africans don't. The Arabs don't. Esau does. This is his world. Let me see something. Let me open this up. Let me go to the drop down. What was the end of Esau? Now they're saying Esau was killed. Esau the man. The son of Jacob, because Esau obstructed, blah, 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 BS. Let's see. I know they're not going to give me the right answer. Who are the modern day descendants of Esau? Ooh! The Romans, as close relatives and other Levantine Semites, the Great Levant. Go to the map. That's the Middle East. That's called the Levant to this day. And Arabs, they seem to have worshiped such gods as El, Bel, Uzzah, and some Jewish traditions streaming them people, the small hats. From the Talmud, the descendants of Esau are the Romans, and to a large extent, all Europeans. So what you got to say about that, vocab? I can drop the mic right now. As a matter of fact, I am. The ball is in your court, vocab. I don't own Google. I didn't put this information in here. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. I'm on to the next. So we're still in Esau's world. Rulership.